Good morning, Willowbrook. Here we are, friends, the last day of the year, and fittingly, we are sitting in the last chapter of the very last book of the Bible, the book of Revelation. And in this final chapter, Jesus is giving us one final promise. He says, look, I am coming soon. Now that word soon doesn't just mean sometime later. It means quickly, suddenly, without delay. And yet for centuries, people have read those words and immediately asked, when? When will he come? When will it happen? When should we be ready? And that's the same question that believers asked long ago. Even the disciples said, Lord, when will these things be? But maybe, just maybe, we've been focused on the wrong question. Maybe the most important question isn't when Jesus will return, but it's how we are supposed to live until he does. See, these things weren't written just to make us draw up our charts or our countdown calendars. It wasn't written so we could aimlessly speculate about the future, but to stir our hearts towards hopeful obedience in the present, to help us live faithfully right now while we wait for what's next. So in 2 Peter 3, Peter talks about scoffers back in the day. And they said, where is this coming that he promised? It's been so long. But Peter reminds them, and he reminds us today, that God's timing is not our timing. With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like a day. And God isn't slow concerning his promises. He's patient. He's giving more time. He loves people. He's waiting, not wanting anyone to perish, but for all to come to repentance. And then Peter says something powerful, something for us to remember. Since you are looking forward to his return, make every effort to be found spotless, blameless, and at peace with him. So while we wait, we should be growing closer to him and becoming more like him. So let's not just wait for Jesus, but let's be faithful to walk with Jesus. Let's not just look forward to his coming, but live faithfully for him right now. In other words, stay alert, stay pure, stay on mission. Don't get swept up by the distractions of this world. And let's stay in his word, just like you are doing and you have been doing all year. Because this book isn't just for information, to have more knowledge of him. It's for transformation, to know him personally. So let's not spend our days staring at the sky, wondering when he will arrive. Instead, let's spend our days walking faithfully, showing the world who he actually is. Because one day, and I believe that day to be very, very soon, that promise will break through the clouds. 100%. No doubt. But until then, let's live ready, let's live right, and let's live to know him more. I hope you have a wonderful new year. Thanks, Willowbrook.